...2012 is going to be a really special year for us because we've added 2 new venues to site, and we've expanded our programme to include a whole host of non-musical arts.
This year we wanted to try and get more groups involved from local areas and from across London and across the country that are great at something in particular.
What it's become is just like a thing for students to showcase their comedy. There are 2 branches of it. There's the competition, which is to find acts, and then there are the events, the showcases, the festivals, which showcase that talent that we found. We got approached by LeeFest, which is obviously amazing to be involved and to collaborate with a festival. Yeah, we've got some fantastic people. We've got our amazing headliner, who's Nick's son. People are raving about him. He is amazing. He's a force of nature, basically. You won't actually see anything like him. Also, we have a massive piñata in the shape of a pig, which will be filled with Percy pigs.
Chelsea Zombie started to try to improve the relationship between graduating designers and the creative industry. We've just done our 3rd edition of our magazine, and it's gone out to 15,000 creative people around Europe. Lee and Danielle were very keen for LeeFest to become more than music. They wanted to have artwork, different types of performance, film, sculpture, and for the festival to grow in terms of to become a bigger cultural entity. And we were right on the same page with them, and we really wanted to be involved and help them to do that.
Come on! Me and my business partner, we went to New York for a week, and whilst we were out there, we took in a lot of soul music. There's a big soul scene in New York, and we essentially, whilst we were there, came up with this idea for this night. That was just like, yeah, there's nothing like this in London at all. So we came back, and I think we put the night together in 3 or 4 weeks. And yeah, it's been going ever since. The core of Soul of the 60s, we play Motown Soul, obviously. We play Stax and Atlantic Soul. We also play rhythm and blues, a little bit of funk, a few 60s classics as well. Yeah, LeeFest approached us. They came to us and said, look, you know, we're interested in soul. You guys seem to know a little bit about soul. Would you be interested in taking over one of our tents and turning it into one of your nights? And yeah, we jumped at the chance. We will be taking over the Clock Tower tent with our glitter ball on Saturday night at some point, you know, late in the evening till God knows what time.
I started Ink Magazine in 2010 with my boyfriend Will Coldwell, and each one is an individual standalone project, but it's always running with a line of illustration and poetry working together in a kind of collaborative sense. They want to give LeeFest a bit of a kind of artistic edge, I think, this year. And because we put on live events, and Danielle's been along and she's really enjoyed them, I hope, she wanted us to kind of recreate one of those in the tent. Now we said to her, that sounds great, we'd love to, but we want to bring along a zine for the event, because that's what we do, we make zines and celebrate their birth, so to speak. So she said, okay, well, you know, what can you rustle up for us? And we're going to make a mini edition, which is really only a very small one, but it's going to contain all the poets that are involved in this show. Mr. G, who was on BBC Radio 4, and he's performed at the O2 to like 120,000 people or something, so he's a big guy, he's amazing actually. He was at our last launch party, he was fantastic. There's also Raymond Antrobus, who's a bit of a slam champion, and Dean Atta, who well, it's quite hard to describe Dean Atta. He seems to be many things, but he's a political activist as well as a poet, so you can expect some kind of thought-provoking stuff from his set.
BBC Introducing are going to be curating a set in the Lava Lounge. They're bringing along Kent-based bands such as Tom Williams and the Boat, Lion and Broken Hands. We've also got Werewolf coming in to curate some bands, including Foe and Fever. Wonderland have been involved for a few years, and they're coming back again this year with their shisha and tea and cabaret and dancing and the wonderful paint fight that happened last year.
Collaboration is, to me, what makes the world go round. Everything that we've done has started off as a conversation with someone, an idea. Chelsea Zombie is very much about being a platform to create those opportunities and create those links.
I think collaboration is the only way you sort of really you can grow to your full potential. So obviously it was a massive thing for us to be asked, because it's a step forward for Tickle Pig.
There's far too many big companies and big festivals involved in music and arts that perhaps stifle the creativity a bit. When smaller groups get together, and rather than trying to dictate everything that should be within their festivals, etc., etc., instead they bring people in and they say, right, look, you guys are clearly very good at what you do, why don't you come in and do what you do best under our umbrella? You know, giving various artists and small groups the freedom to, and that's, you know, that was what really makes it work.
Inkzine was born out of the idea that collaboration is pretty fun, and it's a lot more fun than writing a poem by yourself and, you know, telling a few people about it. It's way more exciting to get, you know, someone to illustrate it and get someone else to buy it, and get musicians to kind of like help get the party started when you get it all together. So I think without collaboration, I think Ink magazine probably wouldn't exist, and if it did exist, it'd be kind of boring. So really, collaboration is what it's all about.